Hey guys, today I wanted to chat a little bit about roosters. They get such a bad rap. And yes, we have put a rooster into a pot, so we understand that. But I'm gonna challenge you to think about roosters in a positive way today. Many people say, do you need a rooster? No, you don't need a rooster. But should you consider a rooster? I would say yes. To the negatives, I think the main negatives of roosters, one, they are loud. If you live in a neighborhood and you've got close neighbors, a rooster is going to wake people up, sometimes in the middle of the night. So you've got to be considerate of your neighbors, first and foremost. Are you gonna want to deal with that? And number two, if you have an HOA, they're probably not gonna allow a rooster in the neighborhood because of the noise. So one negative, roosters are noisy. That's just how they are. And sometimes you don't even know why they've chosen to crow in the middle of the night. It's like 3 in the morning. Mr. Rooster, why are you crowing at 3 in the morning? And they can go for a while without crowing in the middle of the night, and then they can crow in the middle of the night. I'm sure there's a reason in their little rooster brain that, who knows? They can crow all day, every day, and even into the night. -1. -2, they can be aggressive. And this is what gives roosters that bad rap. They are mostly aggressive when their hormones are peaked. So when you have a young rooster, they're sweet. Oh, they're so cuddly. They're just like the hens. And then the rooster moves into the teenage years. And he's starting to develop into a full adult rooster. His spurs are coming in. He's starting to want to mate with the ladies, and boom, your sweet rooster turns into a poopy rooster, an aggressive rooster who is causing issues in the dynamics of your relationship with the flock and your relationship with the rooster. That's unfortunate. That happened to us with our first rooster. He was great until he wasn't. And so Pepper ended up in the pot because he got too aggressive. It was dangerous for me. He actually ran me into, I was backing up, he ran me into the edge of a trailer. And I flipped over, blacked out for a second, and was scratched and bruised all down my side. And that night was his last night. And we didn't really want to do it, but it just wasn't safe to have people over, kids, even our small dog. He was just too aggressive. So those are the two main negatives of having roosters. But let me tell you about some positives. Roosters are fantastic flock protectors. Our rooster now, he's a smaller guy. He's an olive egger, and so he's got a smaller build. He's a mixed breed, but he watches over those ladies. He's got 28 ladies to supervise, and he is like feeling like Mr. Man out there, watching over these ladies. He commands the whole flock, wherever they are in the yard. He can make a sound and they come running, and he can lead them into their run area. If there's any sort of danger, he will alert them, and he has a call. It's kind of like a, ah! And they all freeze until, he's like, okay, it's safe. It is so amazing to watch. So roosters are great protectors. They're like guard dogs, only small and part of the flock. Roosters are great protectors. Roosters also are fantastic at finding food for the ladies. They will go around the yard, and when everyone's free ranging, a rooster will find some sort of treasure. Say it's a grub or something, and he's like, gup, 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 gup. Again, my impression of the chicken. Gup, 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 gup. He's pecking the ground. And he's like, come, 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 ladies, come, come, come. And they all come running. He lets them eat the treasure, and then goes on about looking for some more food. So he's a great provider of food for the hens. And even inside the run, when I'm feeding all of them, he lets the ladies eat. He stands guard, watches, lets them eat, and then he eats second. I think that is a beautiful thing. Another thing that he does, he helps keep the order in the flock. So there's a pecking order, and you've got like the high hens all the way down to the bottom of the barrel hens, and he kind of helps keep them all situated so the hens aren't fighting each other or pecking each other too much. So he kind of is a great supervisor of the ladies. I love that, and I appreciate that of him. It kind of makes up for his aggression towards me. So he's just really sweet in that way. I can see him out the window right there. He's doing a thing. He's getting everybody ready for bed right now, like getting everybody up into the coop. So it's just really neat to watch the different dynamics of the flock and how the rooster can really help them stay protected, managed, find them food. And another reason why we're keeping our rooster around, it's a little bit of a personal story. Back when we had our dog attack about 6 months ago, and the dog killed 17 birds in our flock, the rooster survived, and there were 6 baby chicks that survived. The moms were killed in the attack, so these babies had no parent, no mama anymore. The babies just kind of attached themselves to the rooster. Of all the hens that were left, we're like, why did you choose a hen? But these baby chicks chose the rooster. I don't know if they sensed his leadership or like he was the one in charge now. And he was still like a teenager rooster. He was not a full-grown rooster yet, but it was so sweet. He became kind of the daddy for these little baby chicks. And so he's always had a special place in our heart. The chicks snuggled with him at night on the roost, and they literally lined up trying to like fight who's gonna sleep next to the rooster. And then during the day, they followed him around. I think we saw him like rolling his eyes like, oh my gosh, I did not sign up for this. These are not my babies, because they weren't his babies. He was just a teenager. But it was so sweet. It was one of those things that was just like, wow, God is so good. Like, he just kind of took on that role as an adopted parent for these little chicks. So he's kind of got a special place in our heart. Buttercup, Mr. Handsome, whatever you want to call him, he is a sweet boy. Even though he's aggressive towards me, I just have to carry that big stick and watch myself, make sure I don't turn my back on him so he doesn't surprise me. But all in all, I think the positives outweigh the negatives for our rooster, and that's why he has not gone into the pot like our first rooster. If you guys have any questions or any even advice for us as second-year chicken owners, just leave a comment down below or send me a message, and I would love to hear what you have to say. If you've had any experience with good or bad roosters, if you have had an aggressive rooster and then you have tamed that rooster. We've heard different things you can do to help with an aggressive rooster. So I'd be interested to hear your story about your rooster in your flock, or if you still have that rooster, or if he ended up in the pot. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for coming along our journey and learning and growing as we learn and grow. Hope you guys have a blessed day.